हेलो गुड इवनिंग गाइस। जैसे कि सर ने बताया, आई एम संचित बाजपेयी। आई एम currently a student at IIM Ahmedabad, PGP1 student, and I appeared for CAT in 2021, had scored 99.90 percentile over there, and then finally received a few calls and then made it to IIM Ahmedabad. Before coming here, I have a work experience of around 12 months working in Tata Consultancy Services, and also before that, uh, going before that, I'm a computer science engineer. I graduated from State University of Madhya Pradesh, and yeah, this is pretty much about my introduction, formal introduction. Uh, One more thing I would like to add my introduction here. I mean, the thing which I really would like to add is that I have become quite good at frisbee, a game that that you can experience at IIM Ahmedabad. So now, coming to my preparation and everything regarding CAT. Before really giving you tips and tricks on how to prepare for CAT, I think one important thing is that CAT is a mental game. We must all know that uh, there is some sort of pressure handling capabilities that needs to be there in you in order to be able to crack CAT and score well in the exam. But even before that, practice and knowledge of concepts is something which is paramount, and all this pressure handling capacity and capability comes only after you are finished with your syllabus and everything. Now coming out to as to how I prepared for CAT. So I'll tell you, this was my third attempt at CAT. I have been giving CAT since my final year. uh, I started talking about the different sections, let's say. So coming to VARC section, being an engineer, most of you think I might be good with quant, but I think VARC was my forte. So in VARC I had 99.96 odd percentile, and QM it was somewhere around 99.5. So how I can really give you an approach as to how to approach VARC as an engineer, or someone who is from, let's say, non-literature background. Coming to VRC section, it's important to have reading skills. And how you build on the reading skills? Definitely, everyone there must have told you that go through the newspapers, go through different sort of articles. Exactly. That's the basic thing, and that is the most important thing. The more you increase your reading habits, the more you get comfortable with the reading. You are going to get more comfortable with the VRC section. Second, coming on to the reading speed, which comes after only once you are accustomed to reading. With the practice, reading speed also improves. With the practice of unseen passages and comprehensions, accuracy starts to improve. But before all this, it comes that you need to develop the habit of reading. Develop the habit of reading newspapers. Go through any article that you find. Do not classify them as historical, philosophical, or anything as such. I mean, that's what I did. I just saw an article. I took it as an article. Never really analyzed whether it was from this particular genre or this particular genre. I just approached it like a normal article. So that's where I think that would be a good approach at this point in time. Just build on your reading habits. Start reading newspapers daily. Start going through multiple articles available online. You may choose any data source you want, but definitely choose some genuine sources. Some international editorials are going to be helpful as well. Also, just one more thing, one more bit for VRC section. Try to read philosophical articles, and some few things related to, let's say, arts and psychology as well. Do not classify them as arts or psychology or philosophical articles, but try to get accustomed to those readings as well, because at some point in time they might appear. You might not have gone through such language before. So if you start reading those articles right now, you are going to get accustomed, and you might get comfortable with them. Coming now to the LRDA section, how I approached it. So I think I definitely required a lot more practice in LRDA section than the other two sections, and I started practicing. I gave multiple mocks. I gave multiple exams and all the CAT related stuff. And after each exam, I used to analyze my LRDI sets. whether the approach that I had adopted, even if I had got a correct answer, whether that would have been the most optimized one or not. So let's say, I was solving a certain passage. I could have solved it even in, let's say, 8 or 10 minutes. And however, if I find out an approach that would have led me to solve it, let's say in 5 or 6 minutes, I would have really noted it down. If my approach was correct and matched with the solutions given to the question, I would have, patted my back and then moved ahead. But finding a new approach, I would have always noted it down and tried the question again with the given approach. So LRDA was something I practiced a lot, and I practiced it after each mock attempt. And I think I gave more hours to LRDA than to any other section. Also, starting with the LRDA, I would say, CAT is an exam which won't really test you on the, let's say, decided or pre-decided puzzles as such. It's going to be entirely random. But the practice to these particular concepts, such as, data reading data tables, reading pie charts and graphs, or going through or solving the puzzles which require a matrix to be made, all these give you the practice and the capability to be able to deal with that uncertainty that comes in the DILR section of the CAT. And when initially, if you guys would remember, initially I said that CAT requires some sort of pressure handling capacity. This capacity is mostly tested in the DILR section because that's where the most uncertainty lies. So practice DILR as much as possible to be able to face that uncertainty. I think, coming to the QM section. So see, naturally, being an engineer, I was naturally good at QM and quantitative, basic quants, etc. Uh, but I think there are certain topics that deserve more attention than others, and these are generally the fundamental and the basic ones. So I think, today you have a percentage class, right? So if you develop a good understanding of the percentage, that is going to transcend to this profit and loss. That is going to transcend to this compound interest and simple interest. To be able to deal with a percentage, this percentage is also going to help you deal with the data DILR sets. And then there was geometry and numbers. There is algebra. Then there are some other stuff as well in the quant can see the natural ability in the quants can be formed, and it is only through the practice. I mean, as young students, we were always told by our teachers that practice maths as much as possible. That's the only way to go for quants. The more you practice, the more you are able to develop the natural ability. More you practice, more faster your calculations are going to be. More you practice, more accurate your answers are going to be. So it depends entirely on the practice. Quant to me, at least, all of this I'm saying from my perspective, and quant to me was always about practice. I'd practice quant a lot. uh, Another thing, I would really want to add is, during this phase of preparation, I really do not have a great idea of when are you going to appear for the CAT. But try to give the mocks and simulate an environment like CAT as much as possible. Try to take the mocks very seriously. I never studied a day before my mock. I always made sure that I handle it like CAT. I created pressure in my mind that this is the final day, this is a D day. And sometimes I would really screw up my mock because of extra added pressure. But I think, all of this helped me handle the D day as well. So start taking the mocks very seriously. Start analyzing your mocks after each attempt very seriously. Really not exhaust yourself during this preparation. There are a few things, I'm see, hobbies are something, you guys might feel at this point in time that if you pursue a hobby right now, I would just be giving some sort of a gyan. But definitely they help in CAT, because the more relaxed your mind is, the more your more efficiently you're going to handle the exam. That's these two tips, I think, start taking your start taking the mock seriously, simulate the environment like CAT, and just relax, uh, feel, I mean, make yourself at ease, so that you do not exhaust yourself in the preparation, and on the D day you are able to handle yourself very well. Also, I think the another part of the session is going to be the life here at IIM Ahmedabad. So before coming here, I must naturally tell you that after the CAT result, and all during the GDPI, during the time between the CAT result and the interview process, and then post the interview when the results are awaited, that time is a lot more uncertain. I mean, you do not know how your interview went, or even before that, you do not know, even after scoring a good percentile, which calls are you going to receive. Definitely, a higher percentile can guarantee you as many calls as possible, but it's not always that you are going to receive each and every call. It's just that you have to, I mean, have your best bets on whatever best call you get. You have to really prepare yourself. Focus. Also, one thing, right now, do give some sort of attention to the current affairs as well, because that helps you create the ability to assess and analyze the things logically and rationally. So you must have read critical reasoning in your VRC, right? Start reading the articles and the passages and the current affairs with that kind of attitude, like you critically analyze them. That's going to help you not only in your unseen passages and reading comprehensions in VRC, but also post your CAT results when you receive some good calls. It's going to be much more helpful. uh, then coming to my process, I think my interview was I think on 21st March 2022, and then all my interviews were simultaneously lined up. I mean, I had just 3-4 days gap between AC, FMS, XLRI, and the colleges of those sort. So uh, then I think the results came in the month of May, 5th May, I think it was, when finally the admission to Dream Institute was offered to me. I mean, most of you would be having IIM Ahmedabad as Dream Institute, but always remember that there are also better institutes out there. It's not just this one thing. There are few good things as well. Other few good things. So then I think coming to the life here at IIM Ahmedabad, see, first term is the most dreaded one, because at that point in time you are amongst the most competitive crowd in the country. You cannot be good at everything. You have to have your best bets on your strengths. People here are really competitive in the sense that they have certain strengths which they have honed more than anyone else. So if you try to beat them in their strength, that's a dead game for you. You don't do that here. You make yourself I mean, someone told me that the best tip here is to just start working and not to think, because if you start thinking over here, there are a lot more uncertainties, even than there were during the CAT. So here I think most people, the most important aspect here is to really start working whatever assignments and whatever classes you have. The classes here begin at 8:45, and 8:45 means 8:45. It's not even 8:45 10 seconds. 8:45 10 seconds, the professor shuts the door at your face and you are out of the class, and 100% attendance is mandatory over here. You might even be required to repeat a course just for missing out on those 10 seconds. So that is the importance of punctuality and discipline that is attributed to here at IIM Ahmedabad. I mean, something I'd carry for my life, when respecting people's time and respecting each other's time becomes even more valuable. Then post 8:45, I think we have classes till 1:10. uh, Around 1:45, there is always a fear and anxiety of having a surprise quiz. So the quizzes here at IIM Ahmedabad, these are usually held held during the normal sessions, and but you never know which quiz might be today. These are never announced. So you always need to make sure that you revise the concepts that are being taught in the class. And also coming to the class, even before the classes, there are a lot of case readings given to you. So let's say we have three classes a day. There are going to be three case readings for each particular class, because the sessions are already detailed and given in outline as to which session will cover what. So you have to be prepared for that, because if you are not prepared for that, if you have not read the case before the class, you are not going to gain anything out of it. And believe me, participate. Being prepared before the class helps you participate in the class discussions really well. And that is not here just for me, but also a tip for you as future candidates, even during this coaching. If you guys are prepared with your homework that was given in the last class, you guys are going to feel more confident in the next class. And when you feel more confident, you absorb more. When you absorb more, your understanding definitely improves uh, a notch above. So then, post I think classes 1:15. If there's a quiz, we generally have it till 3:30. If not, then we are already flooded and loaded with so many assignments and so many case readings as such that we genuinely have to make the time for our hobbies. And believe me, people here pursue hobbies like nowhere else. I mean, I play badminton. I make sure that I give the time to frisbee. Something that a frisbee at IIM Ahmedabad is it's called ultimate frisbee over here, because I don't know how many of you have played frisbee, but it's not really a picnic game. It's a very competitive game and a very fair and just game with no referees. So here at IIM Ahmedabad, we are taught to play fair and also make sure that we indulge in our hobbies and do a lot of things. Then there are multiple events that are simultaneously going on. There are multiple case competitions that you might want to participate in. There is no need as such, but definitely if you try to indulge yourself, as I said, if you try to indulge in your hobbies and nothing, and other few other things else, they are going to help you in your overall development, which definitely has its reflection on the way you perform in your, let's say, professional aspects. So for you here, it could be taking up a cat exam. So if your mind is relaxed, you are going to have some sort of you know uh, some sort that effect will be there on your efficiency. So that's what happens here as well. It's always said, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So here at IMA also, if I just indulge in all working and doing nothing else, I would make my life dull around here, and everyone around me also, they'll also feel bored. So I mean, life here definitely is hectic, but it prepares you for the challenges ahead in life, not only in the professional front, but definitely there are learnings beyond the profession and more learnings for the personal life as well. So I think even not from a career point of view, but from a personal point of view, also you would want to be here. You would want to be competing here because that makes you understand a lot of other things in life. So थोड़ा philosophical ज्ञान ज़्यादा हो गया, I guess, but I think yeah. So we are good to go, I think.